Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Console Gaming League. Hope you stuck around from the previous stream. We are headed into our next match, and I seem to be blurry. Uh-oh. Well, I'm good. All right. I'm Joker's Ransom. He's Too Tryhard Ray, and I'll figure that out while Ray is talking.
Yes. So we have we have the NA console open tier. I believe this is what this is. Between Red Team and Strawberry. Red Team known for being the haymakers in that console scene. Absolutely dominating last week. We had some big words from their tank, Worth Shatter, who ended up getting that 3-0 prediction correct, and he has come back with some big words again. He has predicted that they win once again 3-0 today. We'll see if Red Team can continue to back that up. But as we zoom in on the series, we do have that first map coming in. It is a set map, and it will be Busan.
Yeah, Busan is going to be that starting match or map for us today. We are going to be heading straight into it as soon as possible. We delayed it a little bit just to get onto the main CGL stream, so we want to get in as quickly as possible. But before we head in, obviously, we'll just quickly talk about these two teams. Like you said, Red Team really that mainstay of the console scene right now. Worth, AM0, Hopeful, Coach, and Dinks is your lineup going into this first map. And then on the side of Strawberry, we've got Benzie, Scarlet, Spark Chief, Water, and Flight on their side, starting things off for them.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are riddled with plenty of CGL veterans. So this is going to be a great match, especially for your CGL veterans out there in the chat. I'm sure you guys will recognize a lot of these players as we will be getting you into the match shortly. The one thing we noticed a lot with Red Team as we casted their game 2 days ago, they were very big on playing Orisa compositions, and then they also played Diva. And what they were doing was they were allowing their DPS of Hopeful on that Widow, who was just tearing through the back lines of teams, and then Hey I'm Zero on the Sombra to kind of go off, do their own thing. And then once Hey I'm Zero found a good hack, then the team pounces together on a target. But their compositions really highlight the ability and skill of their players to go and make plays.
Yeah, definitely. It really does. It really does indeed. As they now have okay, so now we're ready to go in. We've just got the confirmation from the two teams to head into the game any second now.
Very excited. Busan, I think really what it comes down to Busan, if we get the mecha base, for example, I think we will tend to see more of a brawl or rush style composition. Like I think it's more likely we'll see like a Zarya with a Lucio or like an Orisa with a Lucio style composition. But if we get to a map that's more like downtown oriented, I think that's where we might be able to see specifically the Diva coming into play, Worth hopping on that Diva, allowing Hopeful to play Widow on downtown and just absolutely tear up Strawberry from that high ground.
Yeah, as we are ready to go in any second now to see, well, what are these two teams going to be playing out with. I'm excited to see the clash of these two teams. This is a revenge match of sorts coming in from Strawberry. They were reverse swept earlier on in the season by Red Team, which is their only loss. So they're looking to get that victory going in. And then on the other hand, it seems like Red Team, this is the real only team they've had to struggle with.
Could not agree more. When I was talking to Worth before the game, he did mention that it was week 1 of the season. So it's a lot that can change from week 1 to now. I believe it's been like 5 or 6 weeks since then. So teams are definitely going to be gelling together a lot more. I mean, even Worth admitted they were still getting used to their new support players, and that's, you know, why it required them to reverse sweep. So, I mean, but the same thing can be said for Strawberry. Both teams are just going to be well oiled. They made their way all the way to the grand finals here. And keep in mind what's at stake here. The winner is going to get that all important match point, basically an additional win added to their total for the end of season rankings for when it comes to playoffs. Second place will get, I believe, 2 or 3 map points in their favor, so they won't get that extra win, but the maps can matter, as we mentioned, when it comes to seeding at the end of the season.
Yeah, this would be really huge if Strawberry can get the upset against Red Team here. They desperately need that extra match win. Being already 3-1 down is not where you want to be, especially when there's a bunch of other teams that are somewhat, if I'm remembering correctly, are above you. If I might be wrong, I might be just talking. But having that extra match win would be huge for Strawberry here.
Could not agree with you more there, Joker, as just bear with us, people. We are just waiting on some last minute issues from both of these teams. We'll get you guys right into Busan soon. I mean, again, I'm just excited to see so many familiar faces on these teams. I mean, I just remember when we were talking beforehand, and I was like, oh my gosh, Spark Chief's on the other team. And like, we're just seeing all these players that just ring so many bells from the CGL of the old days. Worth been around for a very long, I mean, the entirety of Red Team has been around for a long time. So this is just going to be a clash of nostalgia almost.
We are going to be heading to a break, though. We are having some hand cam issues right now. So we will get back to you right when that is done, and we'll be back in as soon as possible. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are ready to head into the NA Council Open Tier Stage 1 Finals. In a few short moments, everyone is all hand-cammed and ready to go into the game here.
Yeah, sorry, and thank you for all of your patience. We finally gotten everything settled, and we are about to get you guys in right now on to Busan, and we are starting out with Mecha Base. So like I mentioned, this is where I think we can start to expect more of those brawl-centric compositions, whether it's the Orisa, whether it's the Zarya. For Strawberry, looks like Spark Chief is going on that Trident shoot Reinhardt that we all know and love him for. Very excited. They're going to run with the Bastion Mei. So they're looking to try and isolate the Orisa with those walls, and with all that damage from the turret form Bastion, force out that Fortify and Javelin Spin from the Orisa as quickly as possible. Interestingly, we're going to see Hey I'm Zero on that Sombra once again, so Spark Chief is going to have to be very careful of those hacks.
Ray, I don't know which games you've been watching, but Spark Chief is known for Orisa. But
I've seen him play a lot of Reinhardt.
He's known for his Orisa, but it's interesting that he is on the Reinhardt. But we'll see if it works out for them. They're going to be chasing down the opposition. Well, it's going to work out well, the Reinhardt, to start off. They've taken Dinks out of this fight, and now Strawberry can look to capture the first point here.
They're just doing a nice rotation all the way up to the high ground. That's going to be the thing, because Strawberry is playing more of a composition that's built on them moving together as a team. Red Team is looking to capitalize on as I say that, Zero is now swapping over to the Bastion. So now they are trying to play a little bit of Strawberry's game.
Yeah, Benzie gets taken out immediately. It is going to be traded back, though. Scarlet still on the board. Finding out Zero is huge. Spark Chief is very low, though, right now. Any follow-up to them would be massive for Red Team here, taking away the tank player, but they're down in their little corridor, getting that heal back up, trying to push in here now, but they're going to allow Red Team to take the point, but the Amp Matrix comes through and Coach is down out of this fight. Water's so low, Benzie as well. Getting the healing, though, there is still huge, and Spark Chief takes Dinks off the side of the map. Things are looking really nice for Strawberry right now.
Yeah, as Flight even finds 2 on that Lucia, and that is going to be a quick recontest for Strawberry. Very smart of them to just go down into that, underground area, regroup with the player, the Mei that they lost, and then they're able to come back that much faster. Red Team, however, comes back. They're going to have an amplification matrix with an overclock combination to use.
Well, Worth is going to come in here already with a Javelin Spin. Terror Surge comes out. Flight goes down. Perfect plays for Red Team to come back into this fight by hopeful that overclock cleaning house.
And as swiftly and quickly Strawberry took the point, Red Team takes it right back, and it only cost them 2 ultimates to be able to match this percentage. They have to continue to properly rotate these ultimates. As the one thing I'm looking at is Benzie is getting very close to his Blizzard, and Coach is going to have the Sound Barrier. It's going to be the battle of getting it right to Shatter.
The Shatter's going to come out and going to charge out Hey I'm Zero, but the Sound Barrier from Coach keeps them alive. Zero's trying to stay alive, but it's just not possible with all that focus fire coming in onto them to try to take out that deadly Bastion. But in the long run still, it is Red Team coming out on top. Spark Chief does get to the point with Benzie and gets the point flipped back into their favor, but Spark Chief was way too low to really keep things going for Strawberry.
I think considering how that fight was going, that was very good of Strawberry to be able to steal what was about 10%. So now Red Team is finally going to be able to match them, and Strawberry was able to hold on to both their Sound Barrier and their Blizzard. So Red Team's going to be in a heap of trouble. They have nothing to deal with this Blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard coming in, but Benzi's the one going so low. Gonna get topped back up. The Immortality Field keeping everyone up, though. So really nothing comes to fruition from that Blizzard. The Sound Barrier being invested here, trying to get back into this, and Worth is gonna be caught out. And now Strawberry have the opportunity to push in without that threat of the tank player any longer. There's Spark Chief's gonna rotate to the point, and Scarlet takes out Zero.
Red team gets this into one fight territory, but with how close Strawberry is as well, it's all going to come down to this final fight as Dinks is so close to this amp matrix, and Red team has taken full advantage every time they've used it, and Hopeful has the overclock. This is looking pretty good for Red team to recontest here.
Yeah, as the artillery strike did come in from Scarlet, as it looks though like Red team are coming out on top. The shatter comes in through, but Zero finds 3 with their artillery strike. The Terra Surge was the perfect time, capturing them all into that tight little area as Red team are look to take the first round.
As that is, you get the Wrecking Ball touch. Oh no! Very well CC'd and controlled by Red team. Whew, you get that first sub-map win if you're Red team, so you gotta be feeling pretty good, but that was very, very close. I wouldn't be so confident about that 3-0 Worth. They are pushing you to the brink.
Yeah, they really are right now. It's not looking too hot, but, well, Red team are still out on top here as rotating through to downtown. This is more swaps coming out from both of these two teams.
As we're going to see Strawberry going over to this Junker Queen composition. That's the other form of the rush that we're used to seeing. This is the map where I didn't expect it as much, but Red team going to the Diva, this is what I expect them to play on this map. Hey, I'm Zero's going to play the Widow this time instead of Hopeful, because Hopeful is going to be on the Ashe. So this is a lot of pick potential that Red team has between the Widow and the Ashe.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard for Strawberry to come into, to really even peek into Red team at the moment, just with the aim of the 2 DPS on Red team. But right now, they're just stalling it out, and Red team might just get the point for free here, question mark, with no real fight coming out.
Yeah, I mean, Strawberry's trying to rotate behind them, but it's not like you can, this composition that Strawberry's running, you can't access all these people on the high ground. That's going to be the issue trying to push into this poke composition.
Yeah, and Zero's just going to be able to find a shot onto Benzi already. All this rotation really amounting to nothing, as it looks like Red team or Strawberry might just be going back to spawn and changing their composition full sail.
I think going over to the Diva is the smarter decision. The Diva can at least access this high ground and put some pressure onto both Zero and Hopeful. I think the only issue is you don't have any DPS who can get up to that high ground and put pressure on them other than your Diva, so you're putting a lot of pressure on Spark Chief to get the job done.
Well, Spark is going to come in clutch for Strawberry, take Dinks out. They still have to deal with Hopeful and Zero, though, still in the back. And, well, Zero's finding headshots, and that's just going to really ruin your attempt to push. There's only been 2 team fights, not even 1 team fight, really. And Red team are already up to 55%. And they're going to invest a Bob here as well to try to clean house of the remaining players. And Spark Chief's going to get demacked.
And back on Friday, we were raving and talking about Hopeful's Widow. Hey, I'm Zero is doing just as good as Hopeful was. This is very impressive flexibility coming out of these DPS from Red team. And the one thing I'm loving about this more than anything, Joker, is we are seeing Coach play the Life Weaver. We don't get to see that very often.
Yeah, no, Life Weaver still has gotten a little bit of advancements recently, but hey, in the moment, it's all Ashe, it's all Hopeful right now, taking out Spark Chief, and then, well, taking flight as well, trying to get the support line fully gone off the back of that gun. The Viper is just not going to be enough. Scarlet finds them out. They do get the touch by Benzie on the Tracer. They need a huge miracle play, though, coming in as the Ant Matrix has come out from Dinks to try to lock things down. The Pulse Bomb does come through, and Dinks is out of this fight. Self-destructing Coalescence being invested as well. It is Strawberry's fight to lose right now, as they are going to be able to get the point over into their favor.
I mean, very well done from Strawberry being able to get back into that fight. It cost a lot of their ultimates, 3 of them, so they're going to rely heavily going forward on Scarlet and Flight being able to sustain and find those kills with the overclock and sound barrier. The good thing is Red Team doesn't have a lot of ults either.
Yeah, and they're going to invest Flight sound barrier early on, get into the thick of things with the Red Team, buy more time to get more percentage and try to build up to these ultimates for a chance to hold.
As Ham Zero swapped over to the Sombra as well. So one would think, you know, maybe your win condition is trying to build it to this EMP. Hopeful's also getting close to the Bob, so you can get free, just throw Bob on point, force them to try and touch point, and then Bob can put a lot of damage out.
Well, Bob comes out and Scarlet goes down. The overclock was just built up. Spark Chief still trying to change things back, but Red Team have got the manpower on point and the overtime bar ticking in their favor, as that should be that. No one can touch in the end. Red Team take map number 1.
After that first sub map, it was looking pretty close between those two teams, but Red Team shows that when they get to this bread and butter of this diva composition and allow their 2 DPS, Zero and Hopeful, to do their thing, that is where they are at their most dangerous. So very well played by Red Team. So I think going forward for Strawberry, I think map pick is going to be important in trying to bring Red Team to maps that aren't super favorable to playing the diva composition.
Yeah, they've got to figure it out here. It's obviously it's very hard to go into a team like Red Team. They've got to play at their best if you are Strawberry right now, as they are down 1-0 going into that, and they kind of did that to themselves, I would have to say, especially on that second round of Busan. Only getting 1 fight in before it got to 50% for Red Team is not really what you wanted to do. I mean, you kind of had to. You had to make that swap, but not giving them that free 50% was left them kicking themselves in the end.
Yeah, also just the confusion of that rotation from the Junker Queen. It's like you can't reach them on the high ground, so I'm not understanding why you're rotating all the way back like that. And it's just, especially with the mobility that the Diva has, the Diva can just go to point, as we saw, cap the point really quickly, and then be right back to help those DPS. So that was quite perplexing coming out from Strawberry. As I mean, we're gonna have to see where they're wanting to go as we progress. I mean, they showed great potential when they played the Reinhardt, as you mentioned. Spark Chief, known for playing like Orisa, had a great Reinhardt on the first map as well. So, you know, one might think King's Row might be on the table for us.
King's Row is obviously a choice that can be used. There is still a lot of other choices. I've been seeing a lot of Midtown as an option for these teams, and especially with players and teams wanting to play Orisa as well. That is probably my choice, and it looks like that is going to be the case. And we also have a side swap coming in. It looks like Red Team want to Red Team wants to attack first here.
It's actually surprising for me from Red Team. I mean, to me, it depends the philosophy you take. But if I'm Red Team and I'm kind of dominating, especially after that last sub map, I just kind of want to dominate on my defense and then just get this map with over quickly. But I guess they're taking the approach of, if we just have a dominating attack here, we can really just, you know, steal the souls from the team of Strawberry and just doom them for the rest of the series.
Yeah, we'll have to see there from them if they can come into this next map and take back a map, try to turn it up, or tie it up going into a map, or the map number 3, which is Flashpoint, which is right now can be anyone's map.
Could not agree more. Very interested to see what compositions we see out of red team on Midtown. You don't tend to see a whole lot of Diva on this map, but I think the Orisa, you see that even in high levels of play like Overwatch League, and we saw how good red team can be at that Orisa composition on mecha base. I think definitely Zarya could be in the table. I actually haven't seen a whole lot of Worth Zarya, so I'd be very interested to see if red team goes down that route.
Probably not. Worth, again, very known for their main tank gameplay, and that's probably what we're going to be sticking with. I mean, they did play pretty well on that Diva, like we were talking about earlier, and they have been trying to open up that playing field, or that tank field. It's just depends on what they feel comfortable on. If they feel comfortable running the Zarya, they'll run the Zarya.
Excuse me. As we mentioned, Midtown is going to be the destination for this second round. And keep in mind, this is a first to 3. So if red team can take this decisive 2-0 lead, it is going to be an incredible position to be in. I always say when in a first to 3, going down 2-0 just feels so devastating. Reverse sweeps are just so hard to come by. So to me, for Strawberry, this map is close to a must win as you can get.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree with you there. And well, both of these two teams looking to go with Orisa as the mainstay of their compositions. We will see if that sticks for red team, but with Strawberry on the defense, that is definitely what they are working with right now.
They're having Benzi play the Tracer on this map, which I think is very interesting, being able to have a little flanker that can be constantly annoying to the back line until like hopeful on the Sojourn. But we saw when Benzi was on that Tracer on the previous map on downtown, didn't go so well. Hey, I'm Zero kept finding his head on the Widow. So can he get a little bit of revenge as, the Tracer is behind and almost got on Zero.
Yeah, Benzi getting in the back there is Hopeful still on the rotation, trying to get into a position to take down some players with those devastating right clicks. And well, they are getting rid of the healing pylon already from Flight as the rotation has come through from red team, but it's looking like Strawberry have the upper hand, but maybe not now with Flight going down. This is the opening that red team really are looking for, but they're in this tight little area, and the pulse bomb already being built up from Benzi, working in their favor. It looks good for Strawberry to start things off.
Oh, and they even use the Ant Matrix there. Very risky play coming out from red team, and that's kind of not the position you want to be in as you're attacking. Having to go into that building can be quite a disadvantage. Red team almost made it work, but Strawberry was able to come together and get it. And now they're going to have the Ant Matrix to be able to put into this fight. So Strawberry has a chance here to drain a lot of this time off the clock.
Water's going to be investing their Ant Matrix early on, and it's going to work. They've taken Zero out and forced back red team yet again to just wait out the Ant Matrix of Water.
Now you're going to be able to come into the next fight. You have a Terror Surge. You have an Artillery Strike. Here it comes. Does it find anyone?
Terror Surge coming in as well as that Artillery Strike, like you said, but no one goes down to it in the end. That is huge. Not finding any value from those two ultimates is massive, as now red team have this ultimate advantage and they are able to take out Water, and that's just that. The cookie crumbles, the defense is shattered. Red team come in and are able to get the point percentage unlocked.
Yeah, that's just going to be a point cap for red team, and the good thing going forward is Hopeful, who's been so good with this overclock, is going to have this to be able to apply. So looks like Benzi's going to get a last second touch to try and buy team in the stick.
They get the stick onto Zero, but they need more from the rest of Strawberry. Spark Chief going over to the Doomfist, not the best place to really try to bunker things down, and in the end, red team are able to capture it because of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that swap onto the Doomfist for a last second contest. The likeliness of you winning that fight is extremely low, and you're just feeding more ult charge to red team. I just feel like as we continue to see these staggers because of it, I think you would have just been better off biding your time and living to fight another day. They do find Worth, but the damage has already been done with those stragglers.
Yeah, as Worth does go down, which is good for Strawberry to get their defensive hold back together. They are still walking into some ultimates coming in. Flight does have this captive stun though, right? This should be the fight win for Strawberry if they can get the follow-up onto said ultimate, but still, the artillery strike's going to be the one to go, the first ultimate invested into this, and it is going to find both of the immortality field and the healing pylon. The stick, though, comes through. Zero's so low, but not going to go down. The pulse bomb, not enough to take Zero out. Ant Matrix is invested to buy more time for Strawberry, but Hopeful finds out Scarlet, and that's the go sign for Red Team to push in. That damage no longer outmatched from them. They are going to be able to get into the thick of things. Spark Chief is gone, and Hopeful finds 3.
And Red Team, in the meantime, has just been accumulating ultimates. Hopeful has the overclock once again. And we got Dinks with this amplification matrix. Strawberry has that combination between the Terror Surge and the Artillery Strike, but last time it got absolutely nothing. They have to find a way to get value out of this time around.
They really do, or this first point should be in the or second point should just go in the favor of Red Team as Spark Chief looks to get into position, but it's not going to be able to do so. The Artillery Strike now coming in and not going to find anything. Terror Surge coming out with the overclock as well, but no one's found any picks just yet, but Spark Chief goes down. Coach investing that sound mirror, giving Red Team that ability to get a little bit more aggressive. Still trades are coming through. So there's still an opportunity for Strawberry to hold on here if they can get a nice play coming in from Scarlet, and they are just going to force back Red Team.
I mean, you will have this amp matrix for Dinks to be able to push in, and you're going to have an artillery strike just to force some positioning out of Strawberry. As we are approaching 1 minute left on the clock, Red Team has to push in through here. As I mentioned, I think the amp matrix is that golden ticket.
As the artillery strike comes in and Zero finds out water is huge. The amp matrix, they had that ability to use it in this fight, but not any longer. Dinks invested their own as well, and well, Red Team are going to be able to capture that point.
Just team play extravaganza from Red Team, but it was all opened up by finding that artillery strike kill on to water. You completely take out the majority of the heals out of Strawberry, and from there Red Team is able to snowball. Strawberry, however, Captive Sun, Ant Matrix, this is the ability for them to be able to take this corner and start gaining some footing back down on this defense.
Yeah, as now they've got to figure it out here. Like you said, this is where they can hold with these double support ultimates. But they've got to start it off here strong before they get really too far in, and Benzi's going to be the one to go. They've got the pick on the Hopeful, the invest of the Captive Sun there as well, but really no picks coming through off the back of it. No real follow-up is not what you want to see. Now, Red Team can use this momentum of not dying to that Captive Sun, but Worth so low. The healing somehow keeping them up, but Benzi's found Zero yet again in the fight, as it looks like Strawberry have yet again won the fight.
I mean, Strawberry does a great job of playing a stalwart defense as a team. Like, they just bunker together and they just will not let you pass. As Worth, again, getting so low, so much pressure getting thrown down on to Worth. That actually brings up a point when I was talking to Worth yesterday, the other day. I was talking to him about his team's strategy, and he even mentioned the strategy of their team is not even to try and pump in a bunch of heals into Worth. They believe Worth can be fine on his own, and it allows these supports to try and go and make plays.
Yeah, well, things are not really working out for them that way at the moment. The Terra Surge is going to be invested. Soundbear in response, though, from Coach, and Zero is going to be able to find that pick. And now, Red Team are chugging on all cylinders as Coach and Hopeful find a couple as the team kill gong is sounded.
And as this is going to take one more fight from Red Team as we are in final fight territory. 3 ultimates for Red Team to be able to push. Strawberry is on a hope and a prayer and a pulse bomb from Benzie to try and stop this push.
Artillery strike coming out from Zero, really just denying any chance of really touching with full HP as the Terra Surge now coming out. But Scarlet's found Coach out, and that is huge. That's the hold coming in from Strawberry.
Oh, and the picks were actually coming in from Red Team, but they were just not able to touch. Very good defense coming out from Strawberry, not allowing Red Team to finish the map. Now you have your win condition if you are Strawberry. Essentially, you just got to make sure you can complete mid-town, and you get to head into Flashpoint tied at 1-1. As I mentioned, that is going to be so important. 2-0 for Red Team is just going to be such a steep uphill climb for Strawberry to try and get back into this.
Yeah, no, I don't. I still think Strawberry won that fight. Even was going to win that fight without the touch coming in from Red Team. They just had the overall support still there from them. But yeah, this is a tough hill to climb for them here. They did, like you said, stop them at the doorstep, so they still have a chance to win it with only one their only attacking round. But it is still going to be very difficult. Red Team still very good, but Strawberry still showing that they might be up to the task to maybe take this series.
And on this defense for Red Team, they're going back to this more pick-oriented composition that we saw back on Downtown with the Diva. This time they're going pick-oriented, but with the Orisa. So they're going to play the Hanzo and Ashe. Hey, I'm Zero, Hopeful. They have so much pick potential. And then you just have so much heals that can come out of Coach from this Lifeweaver, plus Dinks on the back teeth. It is going to be very tough for Strawberry to push into this with the amount of heals and sustain Red Team has.
And while Dinks is already going to start off with a pick onto Benzie, and it's just going to buy time for Red Team on the defense, as it looks like Strawberry just has to wait for Benzie to come back.
And, I mean, just look at Coach is just able to play in the back. You have so much range to your heals that you can just keep pumping into, you know, whether it's Worth, whether you need to top off one of your DPS, and then you just allow, like, Zero is just allowed to play from this window, and it makes it so hard for Strawberry to try and push in.
Yeah, the Strawberry is going to be rotating around the back here with Water and Scarlet here, as well as Spark Chief, trying to get through. They are going to force Hey, I'm Zero off the high ground thanks to Benzie's Tracer. It's still, they're buying their time. They don't have this opening that they're looking for just yet, but there's the tank configuration trying to catch out Worth, but it's not going to work as Zero finds out Scarlet, and the fight has just been won by Red Team.
Yeah, I mean, that's the power of the Hanzo. It's not even the ability to get those picks, which Hanzo has that ability, but the amount of damage you can throw down with those storm arrows, you just obliterate the Bastion off the field. As we see now, Benzie is on the Soldier 76, getting off of, I believe it was the Tracer. So you do have a lot more self-sustain with the Soldier, and a lot of consistent damage, but is that going to be enough to try and break through this wall that Red Team has put up?
Well, the M-Matrix is going to be the thing to use first. Try to break through this defense that Red Team has so far, but they still have to contest with almost 5 ultimates from a Red Team. The rotation up to the higher ground of the Firehouse is there, but still nothing really coming to fruition just yet. They've built up to Spark Chief Terra Surge. They've got to find more as Hey, I'm Zero's picked out Water. It's just huge yet again. This Amp Matrix from Dinks is the only thing that needs to be invested, and they're still buying more time.
as we continue to see more and more of this time taken off. Strawberry, three ultimates coming up. But red team, as you mentioned, because they only had to commit that ant mixtures, they just still have so many tools in their chest. And if things look rough, they can always just throw Bob onto point, and it makes red team, because you can just contest point, have to focus that Bob for a second. It allows you to get yourself into a better position for red team, as now we see the artillery strike coming out.
Artillery strike coming in, and Zero's gonna go down. They get the dragon strike in though. So that is huge to keep things going, trade things around for the moment. But for now, Strawberry have this point presence at the moment. Scarlet's going to be forced back thanks to that Javelin spin. The Tree of Life coming through as well. Getting that extra bit of healing, but Worth goes down to Scarlet. As this is looking better and better for Strawberry, but they've got to deal with that Bob, like you were saying. It's taking flight out, and Scarlet goes down. They do get a percentage on the board, but is it going to be enough? It does not seem to be, as the respawns are coming back for red team now.
18 seconds left on the clock. If red team can find these stragglers, it's going to be bad. They find Benzie. This is disaster.
It's over. No, yeah, it's over. Water's gone. Yeah, there's no real way they can hold on to this, especially with Smart Chief now out of this fight. But without water, there is no chance, as red team take the map and go up 2-0 in the series.
Red team continuing to back up that confidence. 2-0, making it look easy, and now they are on match point to be able to get themselves that extra match point in their record. They're just incredible, man. The flexibility out of these DPS, and I am just loving seeing Coach play the Lifeweaver and making it work. There was even a position where it looked like Worth was kind of in trouble, and they're able to just pull him out, heal him up, and they're able to re-engage. Like, it is awesome seeing some viability out of this Lifeweaver at such high levels of play.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking really good for red team right now. We are going to head to a short little break. Do not go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss the conclusion of the NA Open Tier Council Tier Grand or Stage 1 finals right after this.
Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours.
All right, everyone, welcome back. It is time to head into map number 3, Flashpoint, to see if Red Team can take the series here and now, or are we going to see a map number 4? Only time will tell, but right now, Strawberry have their backs against the wall.
Will Red Team be able to back up those tough words that Worth threw down on the table? 3-0 easy trust. As they've looked very dominant throughout the series. Mecha Base was very, very close, but they were able to end up getting that dub in the end. As now we have the next map pick coming in from Strawberry. It will be Flashpoint, and it is no surprise. Most teams have been picking this. We're going to Saravasa.
Yeah, Saravasa seems to be the default map pick at the moment, with only 2 maps being in rotation for Flashpoint. And again, if you are new to Flashpoint, it is a first to 3, and each point will come up randomly besides the first one, which is point A, which is on Saravasa Market.
Yeah, and I've seen many situations where you get a good RNG roll for the team who won the point, and you're able to just go to the next one that's like right next door and set up, and then it puts you in a good position. Or I've seen times where it's very far away. The team that lost is then able to go to the point, set up defensively, and that's the beauty of Flashpoint, and sometimes the ugly, and how the cookie can crumble sometimes for teams. That's why a lot of people say Flashpoint can be snowballing, because it can be. If you win that first point and you get a good roll on the RNG, you can very quickly snowball 3 points.
Yeah, definitely, as we are heading in now to Saravasa to see, again, if Red Team can close it out here and now, or do Strawberry have something in their back pockets to hold on and force a map number 4?
As we take a look at the compositions, we are going to see Red Team continuing to play this Orisa-based composition that they've been so successful on. The old adage is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. For Strawberry, they have not found an answer. Their new answer is to try playing just want to make sure, Diva. Okay, so they're going to come out on the Diva. Basically, the Diva and Benzi on the Tracer, them and Spark Chief looking to set up some dives. They're going to be really aggressive. Moira, Lucia, so they have to win these fights fast because of the limited heals that Moira can provide.
Yeah, as we'll see here, Moira, again, not really in the best of spots, but spot healing could be what they need in the long run, as now the rotation's coming in. The Flashpoint is now active, as it looks like Red Team have their eyes set on getting the first capture of the point, and now setting things up with Worth on this Orisa is huge. It's going to be very difficult for Strawberry to push into things, but we'll see if they can do it here and now. Looking to get into the back. The rotation comes through, but Scarlet is found out by Zero, and that should be this fight going all the way into the favor of Red Team, as long as there's no real big picks coming in from Strawberry. But losing Benzi there, again, Red Team are going to be able to stave off any aggression.
Red Team just has so much sustain on their team. Strawberry is relying heavily on someone finding a quick pick and making something happen, and so far it just has not happened, because Red Team can just pump in so much heals to their opposing players, and then it just allows I'm Zero to be aggressive and deal so much damage to Strawberry.
Yeah, as the damage coming out now is amplified from the amplification matrix from Dinks. And now they've got to try to be a little bit more careful, but hey, Spark Chief comes in without a care in the world and takes out Zero. Dinks goes down as well. Strawberry should be able to get this point back into their favor at the 11th hour.
99% Red Team was able to gain, but Strawberry has the tools to be able to swing this back in their favor. They just got to make sure they don't commit too many ultimates to a given fight. They're going to have all of them basically to work with, as Red Team has to push back in and try and build up to some of these ultimates. They're going to have a sound barrier from Coach to sustain, but until they get some of these other ultimates online, they're relying on their team synergy to find a pick.
As the Coalescence is going to be invested here to get a little bit more aggressive from Strawberry. Pulse Bomb did come through, but Spark Chief is down, and there's not going to be any picks coming in off the back of that self-destruct either. So it's looking a little bit difficult. Now they've got to invest the Sound Barrier to Strawberry to try to hold things off. Terra Surge and no more Sound Barrier to keep them going as the red team get the point back into their favor and take the point A.
Strong start to Saravasa from red team. Took 2 ultimates to retake that back, and you forced out pretty much everything Strawberry had. So you're in a great position as we head to Palace for the next point. And it looks like we're going to get a little bit of skirmish before we even get this point unlocking, as red team is trying to find good position to hold defensively here.
Yeah, they desperately are indeed. As, Benzie as well looking for positioning. A nice dynamite did come through though from Scarlet. But the artillery strike did come in from Zero. Flashpoint now unlocked, and the overclock coming in from Hopeful, looking to clean house. They've found Flight, and that might just be it. But again, that's all they really need, because Benzie went down to 0, and in the end, Strawberry or Red Team are getting their hands on the second Flashpoint.
And they're continuing to chase and find these picks. Strawberry was very smart in just getting out of dodge and trying to reset. Red team, however, they are very good at positioning their amplification matrix and getting lots of value out of it. And they have one once again from Dinks, as Strawberry is still trying to get their ultimates back online after dumping all of them in the previous point.
Yeah, this is looking rough at the moment, up to 55% here, but Spark Chief finding out Coach could be huge in the long run, as long as they can capitalize on the rest of these players. But Worth comes back at the perfect time, taking Benzie out, and still things are going all in favor of Red Team here and now, as it's getting up very close to the end, 90% and counting. Scarlet goes down. Dinks going down is huge though for Strawberry. They can invest now the Coalescent, but
Oh, they didn't touch!
I was about to say, they invested the Coalescence. They had an opportunity to come into that fight, but now with the Flashpoint being unlocked and the cleanup is coming in from both of these two teams, and the Terra Surge being invested by Worth here, and they're gonna go down. What is going on?
I mean, we're getting trades back and forth. So, I mean, the good thing is you did get that Terra Surge out, as you mentioned. I think that's Gardens we're headed to next. Yeah, that is the next door point. Coach still held on to that Sound Barrier, so you have the sustain coming to this next fight. However, we see Water is now on the Ana, so especially Worth has to be very wary and very careful of these anti-nades coming into these fights.
Yeah, they've got to be indeed. The artillery strike is going to come in, and Spark Chief is so low already. The healing is going to be there, and Hopeful goes down to the Bob that was invested early on. Still, there is an opportunity for Red Team to come back, as Zero has found 2 picks. The point is going to be in the favor of Strawberry, but again, it is going to be for only so long here, as they have to invest the Sound Barrier. But it looks like Red Team they do have the upper hand in this fight, forcing back Strawberry.
It was very well played. That Sound Barrier, I mentioned that it was going to be very important to sustain them and keep them going in this fight. And again, these anti-nades are coming through and providing an opportunity for Strawberry to push in. Now you're going to have a Nano to be able to place onto somebody. I wonder what the selection is going to be. It looks like it's going to be the Orisa.
Yeah, the Nano Boost coming on to Spark Chief, but, well, they can get the Nano Boost onto Spark Chief, but they've already lost 2 players. And now with the Nano Boost no longer there, they can take out Spark Chief in the end. Worth does go down, but still, it's all Red Team right now.
Yeah, you got Worth, but he took 2 down with him. So it allows Red Team to continue to hold this point. It is coming down to one final fight, Joker. Strawberry has the Terra Surge in their pocket, but Dinks and Hey, I'm Zero could be the heroes. They have an Amp Matrix and a Pulse Bomb to just continue to wipe Strawberry off and make this a clean 3-0.
Yeah, this is Not looking too good. A nice anti-nade there, though, from Water, putting people very low at the moment. And Zero goes down. The Pulse Bomb no longer available in this fight, but they now have to contest with this overtime. As now the rotation did come in from Strawberry to get to the point. The Terra Surge is available, and Worth goes down. That is going to be most likely the point in the favor of Strawberry as as Red Team rotates out.
I think if you're Red Team, just get out of here. Stop trying to make this last any longer. You're just putting more advantage on the side of Strawberry. Issue is, I didn't even realize it, but Heian Zero used the pulse in that fight. He is now going over to the Widow, which is a very interesting play. It's going to be a high pick, high reward. If you're not finding these picks, you're not getting much done on the Widow, so they're really relying on Zero finding something.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've got to get a touch here. Okay, never mind. It's at 80%. Is a little rough when their feed goes a little choppy for myself, but hey, we're working with it. Scarlet, though, uses their overclock early on, and in the end, Strawberry are able to take the flashpoint.
Red Team is going to win the fight outright, but the point, as you mentioned, already has been won, as Red Team's gonna just have to find this last kill onto Flight and just try and reset. This is interesting because it's a Terra Surge. Oh my goodness, Worth, you are a madman, as now the dust has settled and the teams are now going to be able to make their way to the next point, as Red Team's already there in Ruins.
Yeah, Ruins is there, but Hopeful is not, as Scarlet on the Bastion able to take them out of the fight. And now Strawberry have the upper hand. They look to capture the point first, and they do so.
Red Team gets to come back, however, both of their support ultimates online, and Zero has now swapped over to the Hanzo. We saw how well that worked out for Red Team back on Midtown. Can Heian Zero find those picks once again to set Red Team up for victory?
Well, we shall see. The healing pylon giving life to Smart Chief at the moment, but, well, they aren't going to be really able to deal with a full charge shot to the head. Now Hopeful comes in with that overclock and helps Red Team get the point into their favor before it gets up to 50% for Strawberry.
Yeah, that was pretty much everything Red Team had, though. So that's the one thing you could take away if you're Strawberry is, all right, we lost that fight. We had a lot of percentage on the point, and we got them to use a lot of ultimates. All they're looking at is a Dragons from Zero. But generally speaking, Dragons is just a zoning ultimate. So can Red Team find any value out of this?
That is the question of the time right now. The Nano Boost has been built up by Water. The Dragon Strike, though, invested early on, getting some damage, some chip onto Spark Chief there. Super low at the moment. Still, the Nano Boost is available to go onto him as Hopeful goes down early on. Spark Chief very low. They don't even need to invest this Nano Boost, though, as Strawberry are going to be able to hold on and get the point back to that favor.
The issue for Strawberry, once again, I mean, they've done well when the pressure comes against them. They're going to have to be perfect on this point once again, because Red Team is just going to have to win one final fight. But Strawberry has a nano. They got the pulse. They have the artillery strike. They have what they need to hold here. Can they make the plays and make it happen? Because Red Team is so good at finding picks without even needing ultimates.
Yeah, they really have, and Worth has the Terra Surge available. Artillery Strike, though, coming in from Scarlet here, and Zero goes down. The Nano Boost invested onto Benzie, giving those Pulse Pistols a little more oomph, and that's going to be the Flashpoint going to the favor of Strawberry. Next, the Flashpoint, the last one, and I believe it is going to be Temple.
It is Temple. It's all going to come down to this. Will Strawberry be able to force a map number 4 against Red Team, or is Red Team going to slam the door in the face of Strawberry?
Yeah, and they've already found Hopeful out, and Zero's gonna go down as well. This is looking very good for Strawberry here and now, as Worth is just going to go off and reset as red team have to get something going if they want to end it here and now.
This Ana swap from water has been a very, very good decision. The anti-nades have been setting up a lot of these fights for Strawberry. Red team, there's finally some pressure against them. Will they fold or will they come out even stronger in this next fight?
Well, they've got the Amp Matrix to go into things and force back Strawberry for the moment. And then they also have this Terra Surge as well as this Overclock. The Terra Surge is going to be the one to invest first onto it. Overclock from Hopeful. Both Terra Surges have been invested, but it's Benzie going down first. And now with the Sound Mirror allowing Red Team to play a little bit more aggressively here. They are looking to get this point flipped quickly. It's already very high up for Strawberry at the moment, and losing out Worth is not what you wanted at all. If you are red team, it's up to 87%, and that might just be it. Losing Hopeful there is not what you wanted to see. That's the map. Yeah, that's it. Strawberry's force map number 4.
As the big words coming into this 3-0 easy trust go crumbling down, Strawberry keeps their hopes alive, keeping us going to a map number 4. And you know, a lot of the time we don't see red team, we don't see a lot of times with their backs against the wall, pressure on them. I mean, they're still up in this series, but momentum has definitely shifted in the favor of Strawberry. So red team, they're going to be able to have the map pick for push. So I think they're going to bring themselves to a map that allows them to brawl out a little bit more. This Tracer from Benzie was doing a lot of damage. So I think you probably go Coliseo because you win out in that brawl.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with you there. We shall see where these two teams obviously like to go. It is all up to them at the moment. It looks like red team's favorite push map though is New Queen Street. I don't know how real that is or not, but that's what they put on their team sheet. That's currently where I'd think they'd go. Just depending on just knowing that's their favorite map.
It is definitely highly possible. We're just gonna have to see. I mean, New Queen Street's also a very good map for that Orisa. Just a lot of mid ground to control for the Orisa. And not sure, did he say New Queen Street? I couldn't hear that very well.
I thought he said King's Row, but then okay, so they did a little bit of trolling in the match chat saying they wanted to go to King's Row, but that's just not an option right now. As we keep getting debated by these teams, but it seems like they've finally agreed on New Queen Street. We've been told King's Row, we've been told Coliseo, but it looks like we've been solidified on the New Queen Street.
I think we've seen a lot of Sombra coming out from red team, not even specifically today, which we did see it today, but specifically in their match Friday. And it was very, very successful. And I think a map like New Queen Street is a very good playground for that Sombra. And we've seen how proficient both of these DPS players for red team are on the Sojourn. And this is literally her home map. Like, she is bound to succeed on this map. So I think this is, I mean, it's their favorite for a reason. I think Diva also is going to be a very superb pick on this map. So this lends itself very well for red team to go back to that Diva pick style composition and just bring this home.
Yeah, definitely. Could also see Junker Queen with Symmetra Bastion if you really wanted to do that. That is pretty strong, pretty electric, if I will say. I saw it in the EU PC finals earlier today, and I would definitely not mind seeing that again.
As you can see on your screen, as we mentioned, New Queen Street will be the location for this map. Number 4, Strawberry has begun the reverse sweep. Can they keep it going, or is Red Team going to finally end it all, get that match point in their favor, and just move on to the second half of the season?
I kind of want to go up to Canada now and get some poutine, Ray. I don't know. I'm really hungry now just because of that. And again, we get to see the Egg House mascot. And do you think it's the mouth or the nose, the heart, Ray?
I think it's the mouth.
That's what I thought too. And I also said my reasoning was because most mascots, if you think about them, don't really have noses. Right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, unless it's like Bull Skunk said, it's like part of the key features, like saying like a human or like a bear or something like that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I'm excited because actually my mom's side of the family is Canadian, so I know all about that poutine Joker. So very excited to see this map go down, as we are going to see Red Team. Hopeful is going to be on that Ash to be able to play more poke, but they still have that upfront damage for a brawl if it comes to that with the Bastion.
Was that a max range javelin from Smart Chief there onto Hopeful? The rotation has come out, but again, they're just giving space to Red Team for the time being. It doesn't really matter until you've given up 2 team fights to the opposition, but you don't really want to give this percentage free to start it off, but we shall see how it works out for them in the end. The fight does come out and Zero goes down early on, and so Strawberry's rotation might have worked in their favor, and while it definitely has, as they've cleaned up the fight.
You did give up about 20 meters to Red Team, but you will take that for a team fight win on the side of Strawberry. However, in the meantime, Hopeful's already very close to this Bob, and Bob can be very devastating on these payload heavy maps when you can just throw Bob on there, completely distract the team. We saw it get so much value on Midtown.
Yeah, we really did earlier on Midtown, but right now we're talking about Waters Amp Matrix that's just come online. It's going to be making it a little bit difficult for Red Team to push in onto the bot, but at the moment still not using it just yet and forcing people back. Another nice javelin coming in from Smart Chief there. Has been on point this entire series with those throws, but Worth is now alone and really being dealt with. The terrace, or sorry, Smart Chief was alone, and the Terra Surge is going to be coming out from Worth, that is. And in the end, Strawberry still are going to be able to find those picks and get that maybe not, question mark. Smart Chief's still there, but Coach goes down. Benzi's still pushing things forward. They're so low, but it's still anyone's point, and but in the end it looks like Red Team are going to be able to get the bot in their favor.
They were able to apply just enough pressure onto the remaining members of Red Team to force them to have to back up and recontest, but Strawberry comes back in with 3 ultimates to be able to use. Here comes the artillery strike.
Artillery strike has come out, but where will it land is the question. Onto the high ground, but no one really goes down, just forces positioning away. Zero is so low. Terra Surge coming in from Spark Chief, but they're blown up before they can use that full ground pound in the end, as Red Team take that fight and get more capture percentages. Scarlet's gonna go down late.
I mean, very, very smart from Red Team, finding those stragglers and being able to put themselves in a very good position. It's going to take one more team fight from Red Team to be able to get this point unlocked, but Strawberry as the sound barrier from Flight to be able to keep things going. But Coach has the Tree, which Tree does so much healing, and then if you're full health, it provides overhealing. It's a very powerful ultimate.
Well, the sound barrier is going to be coming in as the pause comes through. Interestingly enough, we'll see who DC'd, what happened, who happened. Was it just some lag? Hopefully it's not too long so we can get right back into the gameplay there.
So far, some good from both of these teams. It's been extremely back and forth. I mean, it's going to come down to these next. I mean, a lot of the times on push, it legitimately comes down to who gets the checkpoint first. And that's a good indicator of who's eventually going to win. Not that if you lose the checkpoint first, you're going to lose. It's just very hard on push when you get that checkpoint, because then the enemy team gets those close spawns. It makes you have to win an extra fight to be able to get any kind of cart progress. And now we're back in.
Oh, wow. Worth almost got out of there by the skin of their teeth, but the follow-up was still there from the rest of Strawberry, and holding on, able to keep things from getting to that forward spawn.
As they're looking to try and chase down Ham Zero, and they get him. That is horrible for red team, and it's going to allow Strawberry to get so much cart progress here. They will get another touch before the point, but that is really bad for red team.
Yeah, Zero is going to be able to get back to this fight. You would have liked to open things up, but with this pulse bomb, like Benzie just tried to do there, the Tree of Life coming in from Coach, though, to really stabilize this defensive front and force back Strawberry. The pulse bomb did come through, but nothing really coming out of that engagement.
As Hopeful's going to have a Bob to throw into this fight, and Worth has the Terra Surge. Between both these Orissas, there has not been a lot of Terra Surge value just because of all the damage available to both of these teams. Can Worth find the value this time?
Well, we shall see. The Terra Surge coming in, and Flight is going to be locked up in it and taken down. Bob invested as well, and that's going to be red team getting that crucial fight win that they were so desperately looking for, and they're going to be able to get those forward spawns.
They might. The question is, can Strawberry get back in time to be able to touch it? It does not look like it. They will have to give it up. They will have this artillery strike to come in, and then Spark Chief will have a Terra Surge of their own. But it's just been tough sledding. Hopeful's been able to do whatever he wants on this Ash. Need to find a way to apply some pressure. I mean, that's one way. Just throw the artillery strike on him.
Yeah, that's going to apply enough pressure. The Pulse Bomb did come out from Zero there, trying to turn the tides back into their favor, but maybe just finding this pick onto one of the supports will be just enough, as Worth comes in as well to get Flight out of the fight. Terra Surge invested in response, and 2 picks come out, and it's both of the supports for red team gone and dusted as Strawberry get that fight win.
And because of how much progress they got on the bot, I don't think everyone for red team is going to get the forward spawns. They might just barely. They don't. Okay, so, hey, but it's only Zero. So Zero's going to be able to get back fast on the Tracer. So Strawberry's got to be ready for another team fight. Benzie has this pulse spawn, has been very good about finding the sticks. Can he find another one?
They are going to be walking into an Amp Matrix from Dinks, and that's going to be the thing going in first, and they're just going to rotate back here. They don't really need to take that fight, but Benzie going down is massive yet again. The Pulse Bomb not going to be able to be used for this fight.
And we're going to have a tree to be able to throw onto this point once again for this next fight. We saw how much sustain and value it gave to red team when things were looking a little bit bleak, and Coach is going to have that available to him once again. And Zero goes down, had the pulse bomb.
Yeah, the trade's been coming so good. This Tracer duel has been so good so far. Worth is very low. The Terra Surge gonna come in. No one goes down, but still, it was still being charged up. Scarlet goes down, and still, red team have more to invest. The Bob coming through from Hopeful, still have this Pulse Bomb available. The Sound Mirror did stabilize Strawberry for the time being, but the stick is there on the Flight. Amp Matrix comes through, but it's a little too late, and Water goes down as well, as Strawberry have to reset.
2.5 minutes left on that clock for Strawberry, and red team is going to get so much cart progress from that fight, and they still have yet to use the tree, and Dinks is already up to another Amp Matrix. This is looking steeper and steeper and tougher for Strawberry to be able to claw their way back into this. The Terra Surge is online for Spark Chief, but that is all they are looking at.
Yeah, they've got to figure something out. But hey, finding Dinks out before they can build up their amp matrix is huge. And now they can take out Hope as well, who's super low in the back line. A nice engagement coming in from Spark Chief there, and able to take that fight without really losing much. But Benzie.
Yeah, you do lose Benzie, so you can't get super aggressive with this next fight for Strawberry. You have to have your Tracer back, especially since Red Team's going to be able to come back with their support ultimates. So that's the one crucial piece of this puzzle. But Strawberry will be able to apply a lot of pressure. Look at that solo Spark Chief.
Yeah, the Tree of Life. Spark Chief goes down in the midst of their Terra Surge once again. Worth is still low, but the Tree of Life still just sustaining the rest of Red Team, able to win it out. 1 minute and 9 seconds to go between Red Team and the championship of the Stage 1 playoffs.
And they're finally getting hopeful. Scarlet, I'm sorry, Scarlet Solo. I just realized Scarlet also was on the Ash. And, I mean, we're going to have a Pulse Bomb versus Pulse Bomb battle. Benzie versus Zero. Who can find the stick to set their team up for a team fight win?
Yeah, or just the matchup between them. Then there's Dinks going down. They did not have the Immortality Field to stave off the Pulse Bomb damage. Still going to be traded back, though. Zero's found water, and without the need of really anything. And now they don't have any ultimates on the board, though, Ray. This is not the best position to be in if you are Red Team. You've got to win these fights without the use of an ultimate, but they found Scarlet so low, and Zero finds them out. Who has the Bob? Zero gonna be the hero for Red Team at the moment, taking the DPS out, and now allows Red Team to get those respawns back. The Immortality Field now gone. Amp Matrix is there, trying to sustain for Strawberry to give them this fight win, but they're gonna have to string a few together if they have any chance at the moment. Zero so low, gonna get healed back up. Still, it's going to be Red Team finding the first pick in the midst of it all. Spark Chief finds Worth, but can that be enough? Is that going to change anything? The Tree of Life on the board as Zero goes down. Still, Red Team are fighting for the win, and Hopeful's found two. Can they find more picks off the back of that dynamite play? It seems to be the case. Flight goes down. The overtime bar ticks away quickly. Red Team take the map and the series in a 3-1 fashion.
Very impressive coming out from Red Team. I mean, it's no surprise. Their team is so talented. They have been running the console, and I mean, even a lot of PC tournaments have been doing incredibly well. So it's no shock to me that they take the victory here. And I mean, they're just continuing to flex their dominance.
They really are. They really are indeed. Again, just a little too much to handle from Strawberry, from Red Team there, as they just, with the star power that they have, like you said, it gets kind of impossible to deal with when one person is lagging, another person stepping up, and in the end, Red Team take the series in a 3-1 fashion.
Shout outs to Red Team. They're going to get that additional match point in their favor for the final standings and playoffs. Strawberry going to get 2 or 3 map points in their favor. So both teams get to walk home with something in their back pocket, but Red Team gets the ultimate prize. So congratulations, Strawberry. You did a great job. You forced a map off of Red Team, which is a very big accomplishment. And you definitely had the tools to do more. You just go back to the drawing board, tweak a few things here or there, and you definitely have the skills to be taking down Red Team.
Well, that is going to be it from me and Ray for the Stage 1 playoffs. There is still one game tomorrow at, I believe, 6 p.m. EST, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
That will not right now. That will not be done by us. So that is going to be it. We bid you adieu from the Stage 1 playoffs. But it was such fun. Again, your champions of the NA Open tier for console is Red Team in a 3-1 fashion. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to the production staff. And wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day.
Later.